The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Foreign Affairs Department has raised Alert Level 2 over Sri Lanka amid worsening security situation. This means no overseas Filipino workers shall be deployed to the South Asian country except for those with existing contracts. Despite this, the DFA said the Philippine government has no plans yet to evacuate some 700 Filipinos currently residing in Sri Lanka. The agency noted that it is in constant coordination with the Filipino community in the country through the Philippine Embassy in Dhaka. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has fled the country and resigned as protests drastically escalated over an economic crisis. U.S. President Joe Biden meets with his Palestinian counterpart Mahmoud Abbas during his visit to the Middle East. There, Biden pledged to bring the Palestinians and Israelis sides together. More details in this Bloomberg video.
And she was performing very vital work in an independent meeting. There must be a political horizon that the Palestinian people can actually see or at least feel. We cannot allow the hopelessness to steal away the future that so many have worked toward for so long. So even if the ground is not ripe at this moment to restart negotiations, the United States and my administration will not give up on trying to bring the Palestinians and Israelis and both sides closer together.
إن فرصة حل الدولتين على حدود 67 قد تكون متاحة اليوم فقط ولا ندري متى سيحصل في المستقبل. لذلك فإنني أنتهز الفرصة بمناسبة زيارة فخامتكم للمنطقة لأقول إنني أمد يدي لقادة إسرائيل لصنع سلام الشجعان، وهذا حصل منذ زمن طويل، منذ اتفاق أوسلو، ونحن نمد يدنا للسلام مع كل قادة إسرائيل، وذلك لمستقبل أفضل للأجيال القادمة ولجميع شعوب المنطقة.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. still watching One News Now, I'm Riza Diaz. The Philippine Statistics Authority says it is now working to address delays in the production and delivery of national IDs. Greg Gregorio with the report.
Ana is a fish vendor in Kamuning Market. As such, she can't afford to take even a day off just to process her national ID registration. That's why it was good news for her when a satellite registration site was opened at the Kamuning Barangay Hall in Quezon City.
Kasi po malayo at saka isa pa wala kaming time dahil sa pagtitinda namin. Pero katulad nga nito, laking pasalamat namin at napapunta na rito.
She explained that having a national ID would be a big help for her since she lost all of her other government-issued IDs like SSS and Voters ID. The creation of a national ID for every Filipino citizen and any foreigner residing in the country was established under the Republic Act 11055. According to the World Bank, having a working national ID system would help streamline the distribution of aids, especially amid the pandemic.
Globally, countries that had a national ID, registry, and digital payment mechanisms were able to deliver assistance quickly during the pandemic. When the pandemic hit the Philippines, there was no immediate mechanism to identify and verify vulnerable households. The national ID was not operational yet.
The Philippine Statistics Authority handles the national ID system, along with the help of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and other agencies. Their target is to register 92 million Filipinos by the end of this year. As of July 8, about 69.6 million Filipinos have registered so far, but only 13.9 million cards have been delivered. The Commission on Audit recently flagged the delay. BSP's Banknotes and Securities Printing Department explained that the failure to achieve the target production is due to the impact of the pandemic, while the logistics of this year's production and printing have been affected by many factors, including shortage in manpower. According to Undersecretary Claire Denise Mapa, National Statistician and Civil Registrar General of the Philippine Statistics Authority, the PSA and BSP are now discussing solutions to accelerate the printing of the national IDs. And as an augmentation strategy, they will be piloting digital national IDs this quarter. President Bongbong Marcos also met with the NEDA about the matter, as he wants to utilize the national ID system by early next year. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Another major oil price rollback is expected next week. Unioil projects that gasoline prices would go down by up to 4 pesos and 80 centavos per liter, while prices of diesel per liter could be slashed by as much as 2 pesos and 10 centavos. The Commission on Human Rights maintains that the U.S. is well within its rights to limit their aid to the Philippine National Police, which it deemed to have run afoul of international law. Recall that the U.S. House of Representatives has agreed on an amendment to a defense spending measure blocking aid to the PNP over human rights concerns. And the Food and Drug Administration reports that a laboratory in Vietnam found no ethylene oxide in Lucky Me noodle products. Now, except from the Pancit Canton Calamansi variant, which contained a small trace of the chemical. The FDA, though, assures the public that the items were not locally produced and were not distributed in the Philippines. Singgaling na, singkulit pa. The Kitty Invasion starts tonight at 6 p.m. on Singgaling Kids. Now, don't miss the addition of our newest Juke bosses, Morissette and Jonah, and our junior sing talkers, Yoyo and Tyronia. Now, best of all, pakakaabangan nyo ang mga chikiting na makikipag-singgalingan. And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.